Hi, everyone. I would like to start by talking a little bit about my journey, or like Alison Watson say on Friday night, the choices I made that led me here. So as you can tell, I got an accent. It's very strong, so please tune in. I'm initially from the Canary Islands. The Canary Islands are a Spanish island, but we are geographically closer to Africa. My idea growing up was that I wanted to work in one of the big resorts because the main economy of the island is the tourism. So I went to uni, studied chemical engineering, and a postgraduate in hotel maintenance, as you do, only to figure out that no one wanted to hire a female young graduate. So I got all my savings, not much, by the way, sold my car, and off I went to Australia. I was trying to find one of the first pictures I took, and this is the second picture that I have from that time. I think it was at the airport. To me, is the evidence as to why my money didn't last long. I love coffee too much. So my plans to do this turns out to be more like this when I ran out of money and I had to get my first job. So I got my first job in a beautiful pecan orchard in Moree, New South Wales. So excuse me if every second word I say is a swearing word, because that's where I learned my English. I promise I'll try to be on my best behavior. My job description was a stick picker. And now for the ones here that never done that type of job, I'll give you a brief description. You either bend or squat, pick up a stick, and relocate the stick. Simple. I like to think that it was really important, though, because thanks to us, the harvesters that are coming behind wouldn't get caught up with the sticks. So it's efficiencies. I loved this so much. I loved it so much that I came another year and another harvest until the company sponsored me. So in those years farming in Moree and also working in their factory in Toowoomba, I found my two true loves. First one, my husband, and now the father of my children. Thank you, Tinder. That's what happens when you live in rural Australia. And the second one was agriculture. I loved it so much that I just couldn't get enough. I had so many questions. Why those trees are more vigorous than those trees there? Why these trees coming out of dormancy earlier? What's going on? I needed to know so much. I had so many questions that I went back to university to study a master's in agriculture engineering and later on a PhD. So today I'm the scientist for Stamman Webster, and I look after different commodities from macadamias in Bundaberg, and excuse that the points are actually a bit out of whack, but imagine that it's in Bundaberg. Pecans in Moree, and walnuts and almonds in the Riverina area. So now let's talk walnuts and some fun facts. It is the oldest tree food that the man knows. So what you got there is been since the 7,900 before Christ, around. How special. And the ancient Greek gave them the name karaia, which means head. If you hold one, it looks like a head, and if you crack one, a quick tip here, you just get 2 nuts to crack them. If you don't have a nutcracker, the inside looks like a brain, and it's really good for your brain too. Trees can be productive for over 100 years, and this is a really fun one. There is someone in India that holds a world record cracking 273 nuts with his head in 1 minute. So Tessa got more nuts in the back. If anyone wants to give it a crack, please be my guest. So now, where did I go? As you can see, I went to different countries all around the globe. So it gave me a good snapshot, not only for what is being done in the tree nut industry, but to me, what was really important is to see different industries. What did I find out? That orchard resilience starts at ground level. Healthy soils will harness healthy trees, and healthy trees will be more resilient. But now let's rewind a little bit. What are the challenges? And now I appreciate there is not many walnut growers here. Please correct me if I'm wrong. But I'm sure the challenges that I'm going to put out there, you know, and you've seen them in your industries. So increasing disease pressure, extreme conditions, reduced availability of chemistry, and Tessa had an excellent talk yesterday, market access issues, and higher input costs. So what is the solution? Is it regen agriculture? I'm not saying it's the only solution, but I'm positive that is a big piece of the puzzle. But what is regenerative agriculture? It's a buzzword, it's the new black. Well, I really like this definition because it's an umbrella term for practices that aim to improve soil health, increase biodiversity, and looks after the water cycle. Depending where you look at the definitions, you will find different types, but I really like this one because it's broad and it's what it holds the essence of the definition itself. You also will find, so in other places, some people call it sustainable farming or climate smart, but it's the same principles. So let's talk about the principles. And similar to the definition, depending where you look at, you will find the 4 principles, the 5 principles, or the 6 principles. So I'll stick to those ones. The first one is context. What it works for my farm is not going to work for your farm. So you have to know where you are, what are your soil types, to have different cover crops, for example. My cover crops in Vandenberg don't work in Riverina. Minimize soil disturbance, maximize diversity. I love this word. I love diversity because different cover crops, for example, having a good diversity will improve your microbiome. And by improving your microbiome, then you will improve the nutrient availability to your tree, all my trees. Keep the soil covered. So this is a physical barrier. It just makes sense. Roots, try to keep roots all year round. The roots are the nitrogen factory, and it's free. And livestock. So I got livestock in gray here because to us it's actually a food safety issue, so I wouldn't recommend it for tree nuts, especially if it's a big commercial enterprise because you don't have the management or the time to take the livestock to give time to break down potential pathogens, but I think it could work in a smaller scale. Why? Resilience, as I said, healthy soils, healthy trees, more resilience, legacy. As I already said, walnuts have been there for a long time. We want to keep it to be the same way. I want that legacy to my children and the other generations to come. And opportunity, market access. So where to next? For me, and this is for our company, traveling around and see other systems really gave me the idea that we are working in the right direction. There is always opportunities for improvement, but those conclusions are related to my business, is try to stretch sustainability to regen, so not only sustain, but to make it better. Orchard rejuvenation, so there is new varieties coming into place that will be more resistant, so try to, little by little, introduce new varieties. Obviously, trees live for so long, so it's hard for us to make those decisions lightly. Emerging technologies, use technology. Research, we need to keep investing in research. And mindset, try to change the old school mindset. Now I would like to acknowledge all the people that helped me through my journey, my family. As I said, when I started my journey, I had a really young family, and my husband has always been very supportive. And he understands that I'm a bad photographer, by the way. My mom that traveled to Australia to look after my baby and also travel with us. My in-law that is here. Thank you, Robbie. My sponsors, PSP, and my company, Stam & Webster. The Nuffield community, especially to my GFP group, a bunch of legends, and all the people that host me. So with that, I end. Thank you very much.